I came across these profiles on Facebook dating, and I'm going to go ahead and share one, and we'll go ahead and explore that, and we'll explore what's really being said in this thing right here. Shout out to AMS. I'm gonna keep referencing this conversation or a video he did where he was talking about the impact that black male media is having on at least black men. And what he was noticing was that these profiles on dating sites are starting to change, and the things that women are saying in the dating profiles is basically speaking to what their experience is. And what's going on is that more men are getting on their purpose, and more men are starting to say this dating shit is a scam, or I'm going to date you or take you on a nice date if I want to, not just because you're you, or just it's going to be of my own choice, right? Or the best thing to do is, make her earn it. Make her show you that she likes you. Because what the originally men, because I came to this conclusion, but also heard Angry Man say it too. In relationships, men try to understand women, whereas women do not actually listen to men. All right, they don't actually listen to men. All right, or try to understand men, and for the most part, that's kind of the disconnect. You know what I mean? And we've created a market to where women think they have a lot more control than they do and everything. And to a certain degree, women are kind of battling their own ego. So it's my theory that the women know that the economy and everything that's going on is driving women back to, like, I guess you could say, like, more of a natural place in a relationship and also in the home, and making more women realize that I'm not going to be able to survive on a lot of different levels. I'm not going to be able to survive at a high quality. It doesn't matter if the man's average or not. Having an average man come into your life is still a big upgrade for most women, because again, you for one, you have more manpower. Manpower matters. All right, but anyone who can do basic math knows that numbers matter. Support matters. Actually, a human being who's investing in you matters, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and read this. Now, when I read this, I forgot there's actually a story that goes with this. All right, not much of a story, but this is one that I actually bagged. She actually matched with me. So from time to time, I would just go ahead and just match with people, even though they had a terrible profile, just to see, man, if I can get a terrible person to match with me, I must be really attractive, or at least I'm attractive enough to match with on dating profiles or on dating sites. And let me tell you something: if you are a man that gets any matches from women who look at least halfway good on dating sites, that means you are an attractive fellow, because when women swipe right, they swipe right at a rate of 5% on apps. So that's how picky women are. They're picking 5% of these men most of the time. You know what I'm saying? In terms of just going off of his looks. And then my dating profile, I have old pictures from when I was heavier, and also my bio doesn't really say anything. So I'm not giving you any clues that anything about me. I just want to see what is your reaction just seeing these random. I mean, I don't look bad in the pictures, but they're like random pictures. But they're definitely old too. Anywho, let's go ahead and read this real quick. Before you swipe, read the vibe. I don't know what the hell this means. I guess this is a sign, and she's Jamaican. Make me laugh. Okay. Craving genuine connections. Mommy to a little fairy. It's ... Great intentions, manners, humbleness, consistency, emotional intelligence, transparency, and masculinity for me. So what women mostly mean when they say masculinity, they're not talking about the things that make a man a man. What they're mostly talking about, for the most part, is the parts of you that's that primarily benefit them. So they're talking about the protection. A lot of it has to do with a man's need to want to be useful. So that usually translates into service. Most men express themselves by trying to be useful, help out, and also give their resources. So that's kind of like where men are. And what I see is that a lot of modern women like to kind of trigger men or trigger that part of men. You know what I mean? So they'll use words like that, right? Also, you saw the word consistency and shit like that. And what they mostly mean is all this adds up to is, please don't just come and smash me or be sleeping with me and then stop talking to me. Because what it really is that being as though because liberal thinking, what liberal thinking does is makes you a loser because it takes you out of a competitive mindset, and it makes you more unprepared for when things change and being unprepared to actually go about things a different way. All right. That's why it's such a negative thing, because what you're seeing is none of these women are actually they don't realize you are always in competition. If you want something that other people want, you're always in competition. This is another reason why the black women are going to start to lose black men. Kevin Samuels predicted this a few years ago about you have an enemy on the horizon. You have not an enemy, but you have an op here who is who's looking at your man and wants your man. Let me tell you something. A lot of Hispanic women, you have a lot of different kinds of Hispanic women. Almost all of them want the brothers. You know why? Because brothers are easy to get along with. Compared to other men, we look soft in relationships. Because all the other women see is he gonna pipe me down, he gonna smell good, he gonna be well groomed. Black men are trained to, respect, love, and serve women. So in their mind, they thinking like, oh, I could deal with him, no problem. Nigga, Brad be trying to blow shit up. Other men are known for mutilating they will mutilate their women. You understand? Shit is real out here. But let's go ahead and finish off. So I want to do a quick translation on what she's talking about with these these things right here. Make me feel like the first song on my profile. I don't know. No sassy men's dating with the intentions of marriage, size queen, woo, passenger, and pillow princess. No vibe / boring conversations for me. All right, so let's translate the first part. No sassy men's. So what that means is no men who give pushback to my whims and the things that I want you to do. All this says basically is I want to be with a man who's a pushover, who lets me do what I want. Again, these fantasies. Watching too much reality TV, being on social media too much, and observing people who are projecting a certain kind of lifestyle or image has made women really think that, well, for one, it's messed up your idea of reality, because reality TV and social media looks real. It's believable. But you have to discern or be able to tell, hey, that part's probably not real, or they're trying to entertain me. That's why I'm watching it. It's because it's entertaining. That's not real life. Like I always point out how the entrepreneur or that bullshit women be saying when they talk about businesses and our businesses, that has become a fantasy of women of being in a power couple, which is also a myth. Where y'all both are running multiple businesses and y'all both are powerhouses. Don't get me wrong. Y'all both can be great in your respective field. I'm not saying you can't. Y'all both can be great in your respective fields. But I think, again, women have a very childlike understanding of how things work in the world, including money, which is you see how women spend money. If there's no man in a woman's life, if the man's ever been around women, they can, especially if she got any money and got decent credit. There's always a box from Amazon or Shein and Fashion Nova coming. My ex always had something from Fashion Nova, and you know what? And it was quiet too. But she always said, "Oh yeah, I gotta go over there, go to so and so, and get my package from Amazon," which was quite often, right? But that's what women do, and it's the same thing when it comes to making money as well. So when I say that myth, or pretty much the storyline in most reality TV shows, a lot of times is there's some new business or a business that the woman's working on or that she has going on. It's very rarely an actual successful business unless it's the thing she does and she's been doing it for a long time. I think Phaedra on Housewives of Atlanta, I'm sure that she's been in law for a long time. So that makes sense that she's a lawyer, and that's kind of like her business. That's how she make money. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But anyway, so there's that. But anyway, but this word sassy. So more black men, or at least more black men, should be catching on to all these cues, all these things that you're only going to hear from women who feel as though you don't have a right to autonomy. You're not allowed to have your own thoughts. All right. So I'm going to put negative labels on any behavior I deem to be inappropriate because again, it doesn't serve my purpose. All right. And it's meant to also make black men do the whole no. I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. Pick me. You know what I'm saying? It speaks to that. It's to get you to step up and say, no, I'm different. No, I'm not like that. Hold on. And it's like, fam, she don't care anyway. You'll be much happier when you understand and you can respect what women actually like and what they actually care about and what they actually, you know what I'm saying? Like give a F about. All right. Nothing you're doing or going to do for her is going to make her love you. All right. She has to be a loving person to love you. Men don't get that. She has to be a nice person to be nice. If you meet her and she is mean, first of all, don't ever let women do the mean act. Black women have this thing where they think that being the absolute bitch to you is actually bringing y'all closer together. Because in her mind, you gotta realize that's what women go for is a man being cold, a man being unfeeling. They respect that from men, and they think that when they do it to you, it's going to make you like bond with them the same way. Because when men start understanding that her understanding of the world is based off of her opinions, it's not really based off of what reality really is. When men get that, you can communicate better and you can have better expectations when it comes to your relationship, your communication, and knowing what bases you have to cover. Because again, leadership is important because someone has to take control and someone has to think ahead and say, all right, this has to happen now, or this has to stop now in order for us to have a good outcome. You know what I'm saying? Which is why, I'll say for men, do not allow me. You shouldn't be mean. She shouldn't be mean. There's absolutely no need for nastiness in relationships. I was just having a conversation earlier about what my boy was talking about was what goes on when the woman is kind of not so much taking care of you, but support you financially in any way, even if it's just she already has an apartment. She's saying, all right, well, you can spend the night here, you can stay here, type of thing. That's not really taking care of you. I mean, it's helping you. It kind of is, but this like nothing changes for her. You're just there. You know what I'm saying? So you are providing something, but it's not the same as I moved here for you, or we came here together and we had an agreement type of thing. But it also speaks to like when it comes to like doing kind things, a man could be in a situation and it could be the exact same thing, which again where it's a double standard. But when it comes to giving in general, it's actually a video also that I'm gonna show after this that this guy put up, and it's one of those things where men have a hard time communicating properly because they're looking for female validation. But let's go ahead back to old girl right here, right? And her profile. Size queen, passenger, and pillow princess. You know what's funny? When I saw this shit, I screenshot that. So you know what's funny is that so when she messaged me, I sent her a screenshot of that shit. I asked about it. I said, size queen, pillow princess. So I had to look. So I know what the size queen is. She put size queen on her dating profile. From what I understand, a size queen is someone who only receives pleasure or has a strong preference for men who are of the very large variety. Okay. Which is a really weird thing, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? That's a size, same as like being a size king, where I feel like I only like women who are like damn near like virgins. And I'm demanding that. I'm saying like, no, I'm a size king. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things. The reason why I don't like those terms is because it reduces the other person down to being close to like being an object. You know what I'm saying? And listen, your preference is your preference, but it's just weird. This is a thing that like it's not really natural. Not really a natural thing. It's one thing to have his preference, but not only it's one of those things that it's personal. It's a very personal thing. You know what I'm saying? So So the pillow princess part, I had to go and look that up. So I learned what the pillow princess was. Now, mind you, pillow princess is not a positive thing whatsoever. Okay. Pillow princess means you are a person who enjoys receiving pleasure and does not give pleasure. And you put that on a dating profile. So this whole, and mind you, this is a dating profile. She is openly asking for a man who thinks like a slave, who thinks like property, who she, again, nothing on that profile says I want to have a good relationship and I want to give you a good life. Matter of fact, when I say good life, I think about this interlude from a Macklemore song and whatnot. It sounded like it was an old lady. She was talking about her husband who passed away, and she was speaking so highly of him. This is a regular guy. He talked about, I thought he was cute, and I respected him, and everyone in the neighborhood respected him, and basically talking about him having a good reputation and how that was important, and it still is important, right? And she says, I gave him a good life. And what the women are not understanding is that it's becoming clearer that you have no intention on giving that man a good life. You plan on basically, this is an ad for, you're looking for a lemon. She's looking for a lemon to squeeze. Angry Man made that analogy about how women see you like a lemon. And when they feel as though they squeeze everything they can squeeze out this lemon, you know what I mean? Then that's when they want to move on. Because they felt as though I've got everything that I can get out of him, or I can get out of this, you know what I mean? And again, women are more tempted than ever to want to switch things up and kind of give into her chaos. And chaos is just the opposite of order. Shout out to Crimson Cure. It's just the opposite of order. So that's why women like to change things around, change their hair, change their makeup, change their nails, you know what I mean? Change their room. I know you probably seen that one before, when women want to change their room around and stuff like that. But unfortunately, being as though, again, women watch a lot of reality TV and a lot of just TV, reality TV, and social media. So in their mind, they've come to believe that breaking up is also it's like an experience. And they think, man, that's going to be very stimulating to go through a breakup. And they don't do the long-term thinking of, but this could be the last one. And listen, today is the 15th, right? On Valentine's Day, there's a lot of pretty girls that probably ain't had no Valentine and ain't go nowhere. Okay, you know what went on for Valentine's Day? A whole lot of this right here, y'all. You're gonna start seeing a lot of this more often. Now, I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what this is and whatnot. I don't think anyone knows what happened. But you're going to start seeing more and more women going crazy. Okay? You're going to start seeing a whole lot more of them trying to eat one another. I don't know what happened in that shit, but y'all claim that listen, ain't no sisterhood. And also, who was recording that? Also, you was watching everyone. No one realized what was going on. So that means that there wasn't an exchange. That person jumped on that person. I saw somebody wrote in the comment section that girl was messing with someone's man. I don't know. Or like, it was a lot of people wrote stuff like, yeah, this is why I don't have no friends. This is why I keep my circle tight, this and that. Man, let me tell you something. Y'all broads gotta realize you are in competition. If y'all don't realize what's going on, what's going to start happening is more and more women are going to start really snaking each other for men. That's not that's going to start happening. So you're going to start hearing more and more stories of women snaking each other for men, or not, or dissolving friendships because you might be in a situation where like, you may have a baby daddy, and y'all are not together anymore. And your best friend might feel like, listen, if you don't want them, then you know what I'm saying. Or you may have an ex-boyfriend, and I think that's going to start happening too. You're going to start losing your friends because your friends going to start dating your exes. I could definitely see that happening because, again, it's going to start getting real clear. This rent only going up. All right? And, again, black women, you're going to fuck around and not be able to survive. I just heard a story the other day. I ain't going to lie, man, it bothers me too. These kids passed away because they froze to death. I'm saying because they mother and their grandmother and these kids were sleeping in the car. in Detroit. Now, Detroit, the Midwest gets extremely cold. And seeing these viral trends of van life, which is essentially women who are so broke they got to live in their car with their kid, and they making social media out of it. You are living in a car with your child. I don't care how you dress it up. That's a failure. If you saw a man living with his kids in a car, there ain't nothing fly about that. Can't call it van life. You just call him a bum. You live outside. You're not living in a no freaking RV that resembles a home on the inside. You ain't turn no bus into a house. You in a box Chevy. You in a Tahoe. So that's the actual van. He can't have that child can't have no company. Taking a child to go wash up at the Walmart bathroom, it's like one of these viral videos where this girl, again, and that's what I'm talking about with communication. When we don't use certain words, the meaning gets lost. You call it van life. You are homeless. Every day I'm grateful that I could put a roof over my head and over my son's head and put clothes on his back. Very grateful. Every time I hit the gas in my car, I'm like, yo, what if I had my car? You know what I'm saying? Like how much harder life would be, or like what if I didn't have the money to afford another apartment? You know what I'm saying? Or I couldn't get nowhere near where I needed to live here. You know what I mean? All that stuff, man. Life is real, bro. People gotta work together. All right. Or you're gonna be seeing a whole lot more of this going on. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot more. And also, what you also gonna start seeing, you know what I realized too, that was a big girl that jumped on her too. All right, and she was not wearing. You know what? She may have pulled up and attacked that girl because everyone there had the same thing on except for her. I think except for her and someone else. All right, so they all got the memo. So that shit is crazy. But anywho, I want to share this drawing from Threads, man. Let me see if I can find this. How do I operate Threads, man? I'm an old man. Where are my